Hey, I wanted to do something that I was focused and that I was going to be proud of later because I'm working on getting the 4K audio thing and then spiritually, no, or not the 4K audio, but the 4K camera that I got. I got $100 one that's for 4K and I'm going to keep it and have everything that I said for it and not have the commentary to what is just being said to something automatically be something that's going to be the intrusious part of what that is. So yeah, that's kind of where that is. Hoping to make this, and I'm still in the same setup that I was, and then but I just cleaned it a little bit. But this way, I won't feel like so insecure about what I'm doing while I'm looking at it, so I can be more happy about what I'm doing. So it's gonna be like a bit of what the podcast is up to, and that that we're taking the time to make it look better, and hopefully by the time that we actually go out and do something. I'm really crouched down on being able to do that, but we're trying to figure out what the imbalances of like being satisfied to be like explorative with what we have, so that we do more stuff and then record more stuff, hopefully. But I've just been like slowly drinking like soda to fall asleep and stuff, and I was like, on that video where there's the bad hair, I, I cut the extension of hair. So if I ever do see something that looks pretty bad, then I'll probably be able to get it. But that haircut I got from somebody who from in the hospital. So that explains that messy hair. So yeah. So we're working on some stuff. We're making a bit more happen, and making those opportunities for love and graciousness to be a part of something, so we don't mess things up. So I say, if I don't feel comfortable with a part of an element of my life, then it doesn't have to be this part that I found the best of what I was doing. Later on, when we feel more comfortable or we have the edits, I mean, what I tell myself is, what is the consideration of your whole life to the years that you have to do what you're supposed to be doing? Because nobody's going to really care about those years. The only years that are lightly tapped on are the ones that we think that we know about. So we really lose those ones. So really what the lesson is like, don't care. It's the normal stuff, because what you're doing that you seem unwanted to what you feel you have to do is probably more of what you have to do than being left in, doing one thing a year, getting the correct plane of success, and then not having to fall back on that again. I mean, a way more better way of getting through that. I mean, we can see some of the stuff that we want to do to get there, and that, I found it when I was in this room. I said, why was I being so frantic about wanting something to change that was freaking out? I'm looking around, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, I'm back in my base. My base is a mess. Nobody's gonna be this. I'm gonna be single forever. I mean, this is horrible. One thing at a time. Looking at this and seeing that, and then I look at the video, and then I try to see the best practical perspective of what I'm seeing, and then creating a memory graph of what those things that make this alright, and that what I'm doing here. And once I really stay close to that and stay sheltered by those ideas, then I can really be protected by those ones. It's just stressful, losing a lot of money inside of decks, and a stolen amount in ASIC. It's stressful. Hopefully by the time of what I was doing it, supposedly that the final verdict is on the 21st of November. So when or if I post something on that, then I'll know that. But from my perspective, I swear that something that says that, that it claims to have 200% ROI and is choosing to lower its value is something that's corrupt, and that's what Pancake Swap was. And I don't know, initially it seems like the great thing to have, but that, each time it keeps trying to switch to a separate coin and then it doesn't convert into the next one, is that, it's faulty, and it doesn't take responsibility for being the source of where the other 2,500 went missing by switching the transfer. I mean, it acknowledges that it doesn't feel obligated to that circumstance. I don't understand why. So it was unfortunate. It was not the best thing to have that happen, and it's set me back a manifold amount of time to what I think, and just never being that optimistic about an opportunity again, especially that something explains my strategy for my skill in investing to somebody who has, like, from me being able to detect something per month and checking from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day to somebody saying that I cannot make a good assessment of making an incorrect investment versus somebody having control over my money. And that's what I was really working with the Farm Bureau insurance, and the message that I wanted them to receive, that, of how I was frustrated to work on that, which I eventually did, and that's due on that. But that's just what I feel and what I want to be worked on, because it's pretty unfair that, a good portion of money for somebody who doesn't come around money for a lot of times, doesn't have, that much success in getting that return, and then, what is incorrect for the years of what is considered is what created that philosophy in the first place, because something bad was happening. So why can't I trade myself in for this more Perry Dot person who had less damage happen to them, especially in a place like what the conditions that I live myself, to have something where that was implied on me. It was kind of harsh, it was kind of mean. I'm trying to see that as something that has to be worked on. I'm a huge appreciator to all the people watching my stuff and knowing that I'm trying to improve, whether it's for personal development, study, or the entertainment of that. That we continue to find the best values and convert those into what we're having, And it was great to have this conversation myself, and we'll be in tune for the next one.